Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. So it's Tuesday, Tuesday's request day. Today's map was requested by Dead Inside. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce your name. It's written with lots of numbers and brackets and stuff, and I'm getting old and easily confused. It's not a new map, it's been out a couple of years at the time of recording. It has a real vanilla vibe to it. It's not very pretty, but it has that big important factor, the playability-ness of the map. That's kind of the most important thing. The rest of it can be polished out while you're building, I'm sure. And if you like polishing things out, stop it. It's time for your daily reminder. That's right, hit the like button, really does support the channel. Gets me seen by more people, and as we grow a little bit more every single day. I said stop it, you naughty people. Today's map is Norfolk by Mechalic. We have seen Mechalic in the past, but first time for a long time. Wonder what the start square looks like. Shall we have a look? There it is. Yes, there's a highway entrance right there in the top corner. Definitely accessible, I would say. What about the resources? The resources are blotched here and there, and again are very much usable in the vanilla state of the game. I like that. And then off to the workshop. We are using the Montebello theme, which is, it's been a while since we've used the Montebello theme. There is absolutely nothing else to subscribe to, and because of that, we will be using the realistic version 1.2 LUTs. But for those that do like a little bit of a read, Mechalic has given us a little bit of a description, and I think that is plenty. It's also been updated a couple of times, which means that this map is better than it was, which is good. Right. So anyway, we're looking at vanilla style maps. So this little first entrance bit off in the fog, where it's a little bit too elevated, I kind of like will turn my back on that one, because it is obviously designed to be played under the old rules, under the vanilla rules of 25 tiles. First bridge, absolutely spot on, perfect. So we were elevated before we started, and we will actually stay elevated all of the way. Now, some of you are going to hate this. I'm not a fan personally at all. I'm all for elevated highways through the city centre, but is this part going to be in the city centre? Well, debatable. I would say definitely debatable. I would imagine not, but hey, we are elevated, and so elevated we will stay. Right, intersection time. Is this one any good? Is it pretty? Does it work? Have we got full function out of it? Have we pulled back? It's over a fairly large area, but that's not a huge problem, because I think it looks all right. I think it's done well. Have we got any pillars in the road? No pillars in the road. Have we got any street lamp clipping? Probably not. We do have a tree clipping through there. Now that's always the problem when you go elevated. There's always the possibility of getting a tree clipping into your highway. Always, always, always demolish the trees before you put down the roads, because they remain part of the tree count. And we've got another little bit of a tree going through there, another bit of a tree going through there. And this is going to be a bit of a theme today. I'm not going to go on about it forever. I'm sure you'll spot plenty more of them, like that one there, and this one here, and that one there, and that one there, and this one here. Anyways, next bridge is fine, actually. All the bridges are pretty rock solid. I have no real issues, and the highway's nice and smooth. So that's all good as well. We come up here to the next elevated intersection, all elevated. Nice and cheap way to build roads, I'm sure. And this one, I like this as well. There's only one issue with this one. We'll get to that in a moment. But I like all the curves on this one, and the ramps, and all the elevations are great. Now, we're going to go down this slope here, this ramp here. It's a little bit steeper than I'd like for the length of it, but it's not a huge problem, actually. I can believe that one, to be honest with you. This, however, this needs tidying up. These little lumps here. And so what we'll do is we're just going to move it and tweak them in. If we can get all the arrows pointing straight forward as well, that would be an absolute bonus. Are you going to behave? Probably not. Anyway, we'll push that one in a little bit more, and this one as well. There you go. Well, at least the roads are looking a little bit perkier now. More real. But no, that ramp is just, it don't want to behave, that one. Might just give up on that one. Anyway, that's basically what I'd be doing if I was taking on this map. I would get that damned arrow. Darn it. Oh, for Pete's sake. Anyway, yes, it's perfect. It's lovely. The ramp on this side, of course, it starts a little bit closer in. It's not perfectly aligned with the others, but hey, I guess. I'm not going to cry about it. So anyway, we're going to stay elevated again as we head down towards the start square. That'll be our next port of call, and another perfect looking bridge. Cannot moan about any of these bridges. They've been really nicely done. And the start square intersection, which is a trumpet, a plopped trumpet with a little bit of tree detailing along it as well. I have no problems with this. Nothing wrong with plopped intersections. Quite happy with all of them. Oh, look, another one of those little triffids on the roads. Dang you, triffids. Okay, so start square. This is where you're going to start building, and there is some building here already because it's time for the asset review. And today we have got the Karl Marx-Hof Apartments by Nutty Crunch. It's a little pack of 3 different buildings that you can push together in different orders to make different shapes. And the tunnel through the middle is very, very sweet. So let's do a factoid, because factoids. The world's first crossword puzzle appeared in 1913. But the New York Times held out until 1950 before publishing one. I don't know if you can hear that car whizzing past my window. Thank you very much. I am recording. They don't care. They really don't care. I'm expecting church bells any minute as well. If you hear church bells, I'm recording this on Sunday morning. That's correct. Anyway, Karl Marx-Hof Apartments by Nutty Crunch, today's asset of the day. And now the seagulls. You probably can't hear them. They're a little bit distant, but I need double glazing. I need a professional studio would be lovely. Somebody want to buy me one? Oh, bless you all. Okay, so anyway, staying elevated for the rest of the highway, which means you don't see the fog coming. We're not going to go all the way down to the fog because that would be a bit of a stretch. What I think we'll do is we have a rail line right next to us. I think we could backtrack, have a little look, backtrack along track jack, and have a little look at the rail. Oh, look, the sun is setting. I've not switched the day and night cycle off. I recorded the Cube Map Replacer mod spot. If you've not seen mod spot from the weekend yet, I recorded that, and I switched the day night cycle on and off for mod spot. And yes, so we're going towards sunset. I don't normally have that, so the light is dropping. I'm going to try and rush along the rail and show you that there's nothing wrong with the rail. The route is fine, everything's fine with it. There's no trees on the line. No problems with, and considering the style of map as well, I don't mind a little bit of up and down on this particular map. It's fine. It's not a realistic map, it's a playable map. And once we get to the edge and we go to the intermission, I will off camera tweak the day night cycle back to midday so that we have a little bit of light in the second half of today's show. But anyway, yeah, nothing wrong with the rail. Very happy with the rail. Okay. Right, anybody want a little bit of an intermission? What's up today then, Zach? Tell me.
Have you ever wondered why the traffic AI is so bad in this game? Why do all those cars all want to use the same lane? Then you need BonBonB's Guide to Traffic AI. Click the information button now.
And so back to Norfolk by Mechalic. We have a shipping route going around the outside of the map down here under the bridge, which is probably high enough, but it's in the fog, so I don't really mind so much. Probably don't really need a shipping route along this edge, but we've got it. Then down here we've got the ugly bit, the right angle turn that ships don't really like in real life. And we've got a little bit up here which I'm not so keen on. We've got the way it loops around into this kind of harbour area, which means every ship on your map is going to be sailing through the harbour area. Where maybe if we were to shortcut it with maybe a route from here across to there, and then from the middle of that do a little direct link straight into the harbour, would make a little bit more sense to me. Water flow looks like it's going to be a bit rubbish, doesn't it? Because there's absolutely zero going on up here. But that's where you'd be wrong, because once we link up with this river, this is where the water flow is coming from, it's pretty strong. Well, we'll take a wander down here, take a little sail down the rivers, and it's strong. It's not strictly a realistic water flow, it's not a strictly realistic river system, but it works. And in terms of playability, those of you that want to play with pumping and dumping, then perhaps this is what you're looking for. Well, it is what you're looking for, if that's what you're after. What we got up here, we've got there's your start square, lots of water flow past the start square. Now, do like the overall design of the map. I like the layout of the rivers, even though they're not realistic. I think it looks good. I think it looks enticing to want to go down and build. That's what it's all about. The hills are very 2015 standard, although the Montebello theme does give them a more realistic, more rugged kind of look to it than the vanilla themes. So thank you very much for that. There's good tree coverage, although they are all the ugliest of all the ugly trees that are available in the ugly vanilla selection. And there are much more prettier trees available now, even as vanilla. And if you want to change them over, then the mod you need is prop it up, and you can switch all of them over with one click. Now we've got this sandy area, which is nice, very nice. But then as we head down to the water, it goes to grass. And this is the first of many areas that you might spot. I'm going to take another close up at one of them. But if you look around here, there are a few areas that have those kind of patches going on. This is probably the worst of the lot down here, quite close to the coast. And there we are. We've got a whole patch of sand missing where you can see it probably should be painted in. Unless it's, of course, a man-made beach, in which case it probably makes a bit of sense, I guess. The riverbanks are a little bit on the high side for aesthetic purposes. If you want to do a detailer's game, probably not the map for you. But if you're looking for gameplay, probably the big problem with the gameplay will come if you're building along the coast and you want to do harbours and stuff. So let's put a building on the side here. One of these would do fine. And then over the other side, if we put a harbour down somewhere, harbour, there's your ships, harbour over there, boom. And then if we now come down to view, there we go. That's the sort of issue you're going to be suffering with down on the banks of pretty much all of the rivers and the coasts. It just depends what sort of thing you're looking for. In terms of playability, it's not really an issue. But yeah, if you want the immersion, yeah, it'll be lost. Ah, the Essential Lighthouse in orange. Can't remember seeing an orange one for a long while. Maybe you had plenty of them, I've just not really noticed. And it's been well positioned as well. I'll settle for that. And see all the ships, they come in. This is the area where the ships come into. There, they loop around and go out. And then over here, we got another lighthouse all the way up here. Maybe it was put up here before the rail bridge was popped in there to stop the ships from coming through. So I'm happy for that extra lighthouse to be there as an obsolete thing. And what we got going on down here, we've got really high riverbanks again and clunky looking work there, I'm afraid. And down here again, oh, this is weird as well. We've got a water source up here, which is pumping out so much water. You see the way the water actually drops away. And again, if you're after immersion, then, well, if you want to immerse yourself in water, fine. Oh, look, and this bit of detailing. I'm calling this the pencil sharpener. Anyway, what do you think? What do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. I think it's got an outside chance, you know. I don't know. It depends what sort of mood you're in and how strong the rest of this month is. But I think it's got a chance. Aesthetically, excuse me while I clear my throat. Aesthetically, do you know what? Even with all of those thousands of ugly vanilla trees, I don't think it's bad. I think it's got a vibe to it. I can't get anywhere near 4 stars, obviously, but I think it's worth more than the 2. I'm giving it 3. It's in there just. Detailing, yes, I know, lots of trees clipping through the highways, on the underside of the highways, and those coastlines are in need of sprucing up. I'm going to say the best I can do for this one is 2 stars. It's not far off a 3, but it's not a 3. Gameplay potential, this is where we win with this map. I think this is very enticing to play, unless you are a detailer, want to have the full immersion of a realistic map. But in playability terms, I have no problems with it. I'm giving it a very good 4 stars. Well done, Mechalic. I'm liking this. But what do you think? Have I overrated this map in any way? Have I over beautified it by giving it that 3rd star? Is it just 2 stars for beautification? Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Well, thanks anyway for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. There is, of course, ModSpot. I'll link in ModSpot today, as I mentioned it earlier. Do go and check that one out. It'll beautify your skies this week. Beautify your skies with the cube maps. Anyway, that's it from today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you very, 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 very soon indeed.